Hi guys, it's me Hazonic, and I am back with episode 3 of my Kingdom of Rizia playthrough series. So guys, I've been loving this so much. When we ended last episode with what was it, the consecration of kings, and we went into the cellar of the religious building. I can't remember what it was called, and the Grand Wiseman, did the ceremony. Oh, that was so cool. So we're back in. We've got now arrange a classical concert for the noble houses. As a gesture to the noble houses and to celebrate the cultural music heritage of our land, a proposal to host a classical concert featuring the renowned Resian composer Antonio Geria Albene has been made. Such an event could serve as a testament to the monarchy's commitment to the arts and reinforce its prestigious image among the noble houses. I'd like to do it. The problem is I'm very, very low on money, and I can't just spend money willy-nilly like that. I've already spent a lot of money, but on some good investments, some good construction projects. But so yeah, we've only got one left, and I'd want up my military because I've been thinking about it for Palace, the war with Palace. I really am going to be quite expansionist with the oil rigs, and I'm pretty confident there's going to be some serious conflict. And with the ending of last episode talking about there'll be soldiers marching in our uniform, yeah, there's obviously going to be some sort of war, so I need to be ready for that. So the Royal Herald, Royal Consecration Ceremony reaffirms monarchy, religion, unity. Perfect. And then Gomeland demands more say and straight. Okay, so this is the geopolitical, so that's more international news. So, look at royal decrees. We've got loads of new decrees that have just come in. Oh, this is actually tons of new decrees all in one turn. So some are just decrees, don't cost us any money, or at least only one coin. Others are more like investment projects, as you can see down here in construction. Can't afford any of these. We've got some dams, heavy industrial park, consumer industry, offshore gas field. This is the one I want. It's cost 3 budget. Oh, damn it. We missed out on that one. Consumer industry park. Heavy industry park. Okay, so I can't get any of that. We do need some of them because we need to get military equipment, but we'll just have to ignore them. But these ones we can look into. So large initial global energy sale. User examines the feasibility of executing a large-scale singular energy export deal targeting interested parties on the global stage. So we get money, but we're selling off some of our energy. I definitely want to do something small. If we do something small, we will get a little bit of money in. Medium, yeah, I think I'm going to go for a medium. 3 energy for 2 budget. But small, you can actually see is 1 for 1, whereas medium is 1 for 1.5. Whereas this one, I can't do the maths. But yeah, so actually the small gives you the best return. So you definitely want to do small. Tenant protection laws. Don't have the budget for that. What else do we have? Tax credit for businesses. 1 budget. -2 budget per turn. No. That makes everyone happy, but no. Let's not do that. Landowners tax. Makes everyone really unhappy. But massive budget means we can really invest in our... Yeah, provide... Okay, I'm going to have a full look through these ones, guys. A full look through them. Because I'm thinking, looking at these ones all the way down here, if I can construct, for example, the offshore gas field, which is really expensive, but we get that, we're going to be making a lot more. And if we also then build the heavy industrial park, we get... that costs us 2 energy per turn, though. Okay. I'll have to have a think. Okay, guys, so I've spent quite a bit of time looking through every single thing and all of our options. One thing I think is clever is this authority. Really, all the authority means is you just can't enact too many decrees in one turn. Because every single thing, apart from some smaller ones like selling energy, requires authority to use. So I really can only, even if I get unlimited money, I can only enact a certain amount of policies. So what my thought is to go for the medium sale. So yes, it's less efficient than the small. I do actually think it's worth it because we'll still have a good store, 3 energy stored, and it gives us 2 budget. With that 2 budget, we can then get the offshore gas fields. We're going to use up not all of our authorities, we have a little bit left. 3 budgets will have no money left, which isn't good, but it's happy with Hugo and with Lorenzo, neutral with everyone else. 3 turns, but after that, we'll get +2 energy per turn. So that'll be massive for our energy, and I just think that's a good investment. It obviously is the Esquiris one, which I believe is the one down south here, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. I thought Esquiris was a city on the south coast near Palace, which is the one that there's saying would cause conflict. Even if it is, though, that is what I want to do. It's going to be quite costly, no money left, but I think it's the right thing. So let's enact that. Let's have the medium sail. So we're going to sign that. Some money in, and then we're going to... So there are other stuff like energy subsidies for businesses, but -3 energy per time, we actually can't afford that. Yeah, let's go with the expansion of the offshore gas field, because I looked into these two, and yeah, this one gives you good military equipment, but look, the -2 energy per turn, we'd then be getting no energy in, so it's just not worth it. So offshore gas field, boom, sign that one. That's a big step. We've got now another big project starting, no money coming in. I had a look, there was a lot about playing around with taxes, increasing taxes, decreasing taxes, inheritance tax, a one-off wealth tax, all these sort of things to bring in either money per turn or just like a lump sum now. But I don't really want to mess around with that, guys. I'm happy with the low tax rate currently. I'm happy with the fact that the wealthy people aren't taxed at the moment because I want them on my side, and I also think if there's a war and we're suddenly taxing them really, really heavily, they might actually not want to fight for me. But I don't want to lower tax anymore because we can't afford that, but I don't want to increase them. So I'm happy with that. I just want to try and bring in enough money and enough energy so we can do a bit of trade. But yeah, with that all done, anything interesting in the news? King envisions greater gas exports. Esquiris field to provide. So we've got that. Energy exports set to increase. Yeah, we're increasing exports and all that. Rizia to become energy exporter. Rizia's kingdom has announced to Macopan nations that it's looking to step up its export of gas. The country is looking for regional partners to sell to, intending to improve its diplomatic standing through the trade of one of its most valuable resources. Beautiful stuff, guys. So we've got a little event here, briefing on the current security situation. The Royal Folche Foundry, Force Delta. Let's go. On the way back from the Plavo and Ark Sanctuary, I met my council in the city of Folche Dator for a briefing on our security and military situation. The so-called Forge of Rizia was famous for its numerous foundries and factories, in which iron from the nearby hills was transformed into rifles and handguns. Ooh, interesting stuff. Largest of them all was the Royal Folche Foundry, responsible for supplying the region police and military. The red brick complex towered at the end of the King's Avenue, Folche Dator's main road. My council and I were given a tour of the facilities, before settling around the table in the foundry's great hall. Murals on the walls around us depicted the city's history as an industrial centre. As Duchess of the province and my war and security councillor, Lucita sat at the head of the table. She nodded at the rest of us. Your Majesty, Your Highness, my esteemed fellow councillors, I planned this meeting here so the King would have a shorter journey after his consecration ceremony. I'm sure the proceedings were very taxing, Your Majesty. Ever they were. You're wrong. I never felt so invigorated. Yeah, let's go for option 3. It was taxing for sure, but it's my duty as king to bear that burden. Let's hope that something useful came out of all of that. Sal was sitting across from me, still wearing his robes. He smiled enigmatically. Religion is not a tool to be used, Mrs. Aro. It is a guiding light that shines even on those who do not believe in it. Hugo nodded approvingly. No better than you to try and pry the contents of ceremony, Your Majesty, but I would say I hope it was an enlightening experience. You may proceed with your briefing, Duchess Aro. Great pleasure, Your Grace. She gestured at one of the murals on the wall. It depicted a beautiful but severe-looking woman riding a horse down the King's Avenue, a rifle at the ready. Ancestress Anna Azaro ordered the construction of this foundry in 1812, immediately after the end of the War of Regent Succession. House Azaro knows that peacetime is not a period of rest. It is a time to gather our strength and hone our weapons when they are next needed, because they most certainly will be needed. Yes. I think, yes, we should remain vigilant and prepared, but not to the point where our military focus detracts from the needs of the region people. Safety is at the top of the hierarchy. Safety is at the top of the hierarchy of our people's needs, is it not? Everything else is optional. It is the passion rising in her voice. The failed campaign on Palais and the rebellion of 1926 served as a double blow to the region armed forces. Even after my father purged the troops and general staff of all suspected traitors to the throne, His Majesty King Valerio was reluctant to restore our military to its former strength. As a result, Your Majesty, we are ludicrously under-equipped for a country of our size. Yeah, Lucita, this is alarming. We need immediate measures to rectify the situation. Share your urgency. An immediate audit of our military assets is necessary. From there, we can fast-track procurement and training to address the most pressing deficiencies. Let's offer my insights on your strategic decision regarding our military priorities. Shifting our focus to the Navy could significantly boost our maritime strength, but we must consider the costs of producing and integrating vessels. We will also be training a Marine division under this initiative. The strength of our region armed forces lies in the diversity of our resources and units. We have manpower ready for duty, which can be equipped with the necessary gear. Training these units, however, isn't an instantaneous process, as each unit, from infantry to naval, requires preparation. Ultimately, it's this readiness of our forces that will uphold our sovereignty and support our military strategies, both defensively and in projection of power. Yeah, let's first go over costs of training. Costs vary by unit, reflecting the complexity of their training and equipment. In any case, as the ultimate commander of our armed forces, the final decision rests with you. Yeah, let's go for this first option. We'll prepare after the meeting. It is important for our kingdom that the echoes of Palais and the rebellion teach us the deadly cost of unpreparedness. Troops must reflect Rizia's resilience, ensuring such blows never weaken us again. We need to reconstitute our strength. We can achieve this thanks to my house. Camp Domus still runs the most rigorous, high-quality training program on the continent. Right, Captain Gordian? Lightning speed, she reached under the table, pulled out a knife, and hurled it in the direction of the doorway. Titus languidly snatched it out of the air. Oh my goodness, that is quite a statement. You brought a weapon to a council meeting? You made your point, I need to put on a show. Sorry, Your Majesty, the spirit of Anna Azaro must have overtaken me. She grinned briefly before regaining her pose. My poise, I'm an idiot. But my point stands. There's still much work to be done. Yeah. Let's go for option one. Alright, if you were to invest part of our budget in the military, what are the area most needs of improvement? I'm not even sure where to begin, Your Majesty. Our weapons. Lucita sighed. Despite our very grand surroundings, we've long neglected the potential of Fulce Dator. I think it's we're talking about the foundry, isn't it? Rumburg currently supplies us with the bulk of our weaponry, including their KA-74s. Wow, what an original name. The Coltington Automatica. I assume it's just an AK-47. But if we invested more into research, development, and production in the city, our small arms industry could become a real force to be reckoned with. Yeah, option one is true, because we do also have good relations with Rumburg, but if we ever did go to war, relying on a country so far away, because they're on the other side of the continent, it might make it difficult to get that equipment in fast, or even get it in at all if we get sieged. Imagine that would give a boost to the local economy too. That is a perfect comment. It would, Your Majesty, as long as there were enough people available to fill the new positions that would be created. We would unfortunately still have to rely on Rumburg for weaponry such as missiles, although I've seen promising developments in Derdia. Nearest Republic of Derdia. Okay, so Derdia is one of our, not neighbours, but they're quite close by. Okay, that's interesting. Go back to the meeting. Weapons of Derdia could help improve relations between our country. Yeah. I think number 3 is be more cynical. Everyone has a price, Your Majesty. It would depend on what Rizia is willing to pay. But I've set aside time to discuss Derdia during our upcoming foreign policy meeting. Look forward to that conversation, Mr. Esquibel. Where were we, Your Majesty? Our Navy and Air Force. Our Navy has actually made significant strides in the past 30 years. We're a coastal nation after all, and our fleet is both well-trained and up-to-date. Our submarines could use improvement, though. Compared to those currently coming out of Rumberg and Volksland, they're practically ancient. Our air force, meanwhile, is still suffering from the consequences of the Palace campaign. Lorenzo nodded grimly. We did not foresee that Lesbia would become so heavily involved, nor that it would provide the Grand Duchy with cutting-edge aircraft. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so hypothetically speaking, if we tried to reconquer Palace, again they'd rain death on us from above. Hypothetically, yes, we're more well-balanced in the sea, and then there's the question of our numbers. We shook our head. They could be better. As you know, our central royal armoury is fed both by general conscription and levies from the individual provinces. If you ask me, the provincial army should be pulling more weight, though I do understand that those of Brennus and Valenquirius are not nearly as well trained as Cardesse and Monteclars. I would also suggest extending the length of our conscription period and lowering the conscription age from 24 back to 18. I actually agree with that. No, I agree with that. Yes, why do my father even raise the age to 24 anyway? 24 is the age by which a person's brain is fully informed, Your Majesty. I do beg your pardon, Uncle Hugo. I mean no offence, Your Highness, but young people, especially young men, tend to make irrational decisions before that age. Such as rebelling against their general. I've said the 1920s were extraordinary circumstances. There will be no second mutiny. Now to move on to other matters. Does our internal security need improvement as well? Less so, Your Majesty. Our police forces have kept a firm handle on our populace since the uprising. Civil disobedience in Monteclar, for example, is at a historic low thanks to my zero-tolerance policies as Duchess. Valenquirius, too, is unlikely to pose major difficulties as long as House Torres is on the throne. And the Central Police, headquartered in Rizia Imperi, have been keeping the capital secure. The members of House Sazon, who rule Brennus, have mostly fallen in line following the uprising. They're content to use the House delegates as a forum for their grievances. She sighed. If there's a problem area, it's Isa. Which one was Isa again? Isa's the third largest city in Rizia and the capital of the Brennus region. Okay, so that is the one over here. I guess the one I've been causing problems, yeah. It's complicated, Your Majesty. Large numbers of migrants, particularly Wessex, fleeing the civil war, settled there in the 30s. As I mentioned in our earlier meeting, some turned to the black market to supplement their meagre guest worker income, giving rise to organised crime. What kind of black market activities? The drug trade, mostly. There are cartels connected to families in Welland, who in turn answer to powerful distributors in Agard. I attempted to tackle this myself with the community policing program, but the networks were too strong. Sita sniffed. In my opinion, the growing influence of the nationalist group Suomena has only exacerbated tensions in the area. Certain members of House Turras may disagree, of course. What is Suomena again? Suomena is a nationalist organisation based in the province of Brennus. The regions of Isa are doing their best with the resources they're being given, Duchess, my son included. The problem, as I see it, lies in the lack of cooperation between the city's police force and those of the surrounding region. Yes, I've received Duke Raiko's complaints that the Brennus forces have not been providing him with as much aid as he wishes, as well as his request that the extra police from our central forces be transferred to Isa and placed under his command, but I don't think that would solve anything. I sort of actually agree. I think just chucking extra police at the issue isn't gonna solve it, because if it's a migrant issue, if it's a poor issue where people don't have enough money, well, we can chuck 1,000,000 police at them. They're just gonna find other ways to earn more money or commit crime. So I sort of do agree. Force is absolutely necessary in some circumstances, but it must be wielded with responsibility. Are you calling my son irresponsible, Duchess? I'm saying that in the wrong hands, the Central Police could legitimise Sue Omena's campaign of oppression, rather than neutralise it. Hugo opened his mouth to respond. Sita pretended not to notice. Well, Your Majesty, shall we continue with the briefing? Our intelligence capabilities are just as important as our military strength. I was getting to that, Your Majesty. Questioned operatives in Morella, Derdia, Central Welland, Lesbia and Rumberg. Majesty Valero, however, insisted on withdrawing our intelligence presence from Zilli and Palace. I think that's bad. I'm going to say that's ridiculous. Oh gosh, yes. My father told him the same thing. He was afraid of drawing their leader's suspicions. In my experience, we have much more to gain from straightforward diplomacy than from cloak and dagger operations. Mr. Esquibel, if you think Wellin and Palace are not spying on Rizia, you're fooling yourself. Arento sniffed indignantly. Useful information will be receiving from either region before the operatives withdraw. We learned of the prior Duke and Jolma's abdication before it was officially announced, for one. Now that they've been withdrawn, it will be a difficult and costly process to get them back into place, but I can inquire into the possibility. What about our domestic intelligence services? Domestically, our main intelligence focus has been on preventing another uprising. To that end, our information gathering has been concentrated in Brennus, where the last anti-monarchist movement originated. I'm going to ask about this one. As I've mentioned, the military is being purged and my province is now under the strictest of control. Any other questions, Your Majesty? You've given me a lot to think about. Let's call it a day for now. The heavy wooden door to the hall creaked open. An aide rushed over to Lorento and whispered something in his ear. I see. I'll get to the telephone right away. He turned to the rest of us, his usual jocular expression overlaid with concern. I must excuse myself briefly, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue without me. What is it? I'll explain once I have all the details. So he's the foreign minister, isn't he? Or the Chancellor of Foreign Affairs. So, that is a little bit worrying, but let's just continue. I wonder what that could be about. Checking the time. If we leave soon, we can get back to Port Drazon before it gets too late. She signaled to Titus, who tossed her knife back at her. In one fluid motion, she hiked up her gown, caught the projectile, and stowed it in a leather holster strapped to her thigh. Wow. She's on to something, isn't she? I had a bad dream involving a stabbing. Nice catch. Nothing. In my fitter days, I could do it hands-free. Lucita smoothed out her gown. Only return to the capital would be my preference as well, but where is Mr. Esquibel? The door swung open again, and the renter came back into the hall. He wiped his brow with a silk pocket square. Well, Mr. Esquibel, I hope you brought us good news. Early to tell if it's good or bad, but it's certainly impactful. I just received official confirmation that our neighbour has been accepted into the Arcasian Treaty Organization. Oh, shit. Okay, Palace isn't one of the options, but that could, it could be like a double bluff where they make you think it's not Palace, and then it's actually Palace. But any of these I don't really care about. I'm going to assume it's Lesbia. Precisely, Prime Minister. Oh, sorry, precisely. Prime Minister Alvarez will make the official announcement tomorrow. That's not the end of the world, but it is bad because Lesbia's funding Palace, and if now Lesbia is officially part of basically America, America's treaty, then that is worse. But it doesn't change too much in my opinion because Lesbia was already funding Palace, and yeah, it doesn't. But didn't we see this coming all along? It should hardly be a surprise. Indeed, this development has been on the horizon for some time, but our relations with our neighbours are sure to change because of it. Thank you for updating us, Mr. Esquibel. I suggest we set a date for a meeting to discuss Lesbia's ATO membership, as well as our general foreign policy strategy. Yeah. I think, yeah. Preferably soon as possible. We must decide on our official stance. We're not expected to come out against or in favour of Lesbia's alignment, but we should get on the same page as a council. We'll inform our host that we'll be departing shortly. I pushed her chair back and briskly left the hall. I looked over at my daughter. Her brow was furrowed. The Arcasian Treaty Organization? What would that mean for us? Nothing good, that's for sure. I'd barely even started my reign, and it already felt like the ground was shifting beneath my feet. What other challenges lay in store? Oh my gosh, guys. And look at this, every single, not turn, but every single, time we finish the little story events, we get 1 million decrees. Oh, look at this, the Golden Kingdom. We're going to our next turn. So now, on the next chapter or whatever, so we've actually got our points back. Our mission here is 1/3 of the way done. This one's half done. This one's half done. So we just need one more turn for both of them. 3 in budget, 5 energy, 8 authority. So, Region Armed Forces. Oh, wow! This is new. This wasn't in the base game. You can now purchase thing. So here, tank, add the training queue. So these are our resources. So we've got equipment, manpower, and trucks, battleships. Ah, this is awesome. I didn't know you could do this at all. So we need 2. You need 2 to be able to do it. Okay. And you can only train a certain amount up at once. So a tank uses 25. So let's get one more tank. Let's get... So a tank uses vehicles and tanks. Then let's get more just box standard infantry. And then support. Okay, so support divisions are agile units that move faster on supply lines, but will suffer when attacking mountains. Infantry are the backbone. Yeah, they just hold the line. Tanks, yeah, they suffer when attacking mountains. The armor makes them a versatile option. And then, what else is there? What about like planes or stuff like that? I don't think you can actually get planes. So everything else, special units, you actually just have to get through, I assume, just like the decrees or whatever. But yeah, perfect. We've got our things here. We've got our things being trained. So let's leave that for now. We don't have enough ships, but I do want to get some more ships. So I'm gonna keep a little bit in reserve. I think I'm gonna get rid of one of these infantry just so we have enough to actually get some ships. Let's train them up. Boom. Training up some new units. Also got more royal decrees. Lower conscription age to 18. Oh, that takes 2 out of the budget. And I also see, so now you take 2 out of the budget and it gives you just more manpower, which is great. You can get more troops, but so actually no, you can get a lot because look, it's only 150, so we could get like another 8 units. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's go through some more of these royal decrees. Increased conscription duration. 3 budget. That's really expensive. I keep clicking the wrong thing. We've got remove provincial police, increase provincial levy obligation. To move for strength for national defence, the kingdom mandates an increase in military commitments from all provinces. Okay, so basically we're asking all the dukes to basically give us more. We get more troops. Oh, this also only gets rid of authority. And it also isn't particularly like disliked. Okay. I might go for that one then. We get 250 more manpower, 250 more military. We can get, 1 extra infantry from that. And we also get house troops. So if we look at house troops, they are surely one of these. I don't actually see them. Yeah, I'm not actually sure which ones are the house troops. But I assume it means we just get some more infantry in part of our battles. So that is good. I'm going to have a quick look at some of the other decrees, guys. We've got extensive geological survey, 2 authority, 2 budget, exploring for more resources. I think that might be a good one to do. It doesn't upset anyone. And also by constantly exploring for more and more resources, improve the potential to increase our economy. One-time government stimulus checks. Nah, not that one. Health and funding. Oh, all these ones they're too boring, gentlemen. They're too boring. A global energy sale. Oh, but now it's actually worsening. Look, it's now gone from, before we were getting, we got 1.5, no, we got 1 coin, or 1 budget for 1.5. Now we get 1 budget for 2. So it's actually getting worse and worse. But there's the small, look, the small is still 1-to-1. So I do definitely always want to do at least a small, just to sell a little bit of your energy. Buy first batch of equipment. God, there's so much to this. Buying equipment in, selling equipment, build support factory, a weapon factory. This is perfect. We use a little bit of energy up, but we get a military equipment per turn. Support vehicle factory. That's all of our budget, but we get support vehicles per turn. I think we need to do something like that. A tank factory, 25 tanks per turn. I think military equipment factory is what I want to do. It's only 2 budgets. We actually have a little bit left over. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. It makes everyone happy. So, in a bid to fortify our military capabilities and ensure self-reliance in armaments, we are establishing the Fulcid Dator military equipment factory in the territory of House Azaro. This venture will be situated on House Azaro's lands. It will be operated and managed by the Regent monarchy. Post-construction, this state-of-the-art facility will produce a yearly cache of indigenous small arms equipment, clothing, radios and boots. See this as a step not only towards strengthening our defence, but also as a significant stride in fostering domestic manufacturing, thereby contributing to our national economy. So it uses up 1 energy per turn, which will hit us a little bit, but 250 equipment per turn. Look at our regional armed forces. if we compare that with, you know, the manpower ones as well, by upping conscription, we can field a lot of infantry. So I think that's what I want to do, that one. And the sooner we get that done, the more equipment we get from it. So yeah, let's go for the military academy. That's 4 budget. That's a lot. Oh, what about this one? The Monkey's Port and Naval Shipyard expansion. I'm not sure if this is a new one, but we get +1 Marines, +1 military ship and submarine, +1 military ship, 1 energy per turn. I do want a big navy. I still think a big navy will be important, guys, but this one is all of our budget. Yeah, that is all of our budget. So while we could do both, because we could, if we come up here, God, there's so much to go through, isn't there? We could go to medium energy sale and get 4 energy for 2 budget. It is expensive, but we could get that one done. Then we could get the military equipment factory. Yeah, the military equipment factory and the port. It's expensive though. That's all of our money gone. It's really expensive, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Right, let me think. The port used up 1 energy per turn. But look. Oh no. You also, I'm about to say, look, you only get 1 military ship and 1 submarine. But no, you also then get per turn on completion. So you actually then keep generating the ships, so you can keep getting more ships. Oh, that's annoying, guys. That is annoying. I think I'm going to go for it. I also think, I said before I wasn't going to like up the tax rate or anything like that, but now thinking about it, guys, I am thinking that we maybe should go for some sort of tax rate. It will upset people, but we really, really badly need more money. Getting the inheritance tax is annoying though. I should have done this last turn. That's where I've messed up big time, because I've missed out on that 1 budget per turn. Landowner's tax. Yeah, maybe just go for a landowner's tax. 4 authority. Let's do the math. So we get 4 authority hit there. That's not good. But then we get an equipment factory, because we got 3 budget from that, didn't we? So we can get an equipment factory for 2 budget. We've then got what would that be? 4 budget left. With my other 4 budget, I can then get. Oh no, but the equipment factory is 1 authority. No, but the port is also 1 authority. So we can actually do it. I'm gonna do it. That is what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So first off, I'm gonna have landowner's tax to just get that massive lump sum. It will make the royal houses not like us, but if we go for it, I go and I get. We could go for the dam instead and get loads of energy in, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Monkey's Port. Let's do that. Perfect. And then anti-narcotics campaign. Oh, there's so much to do. 2 to the drugs trade. 2 to the drugs trade. Oh gosh. Okay, let's then go for the. Where is it? Military equipment factory. Bosch. So we've now got 1 budget left. Can we do the drugs trade one? Because I actually like the look of doing that one. Launch anti-narcotics campaign. 1 authority, 1 budget. And then we get. So a comprehensive anti-narcotics campaign begins intensifying efforts to eradicate the trafficking and distribution of illicit substances within Rizia. Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. Just yet. Expand border guards. We get -1 tourism, but we lose some of the drug trade. Gosh. This is tough stuff, guys. This is tough stuff. Hard to be king, isn't it? I'm happy with the 2 factories, though. The port shipyard being expanded and then the weapon factory being made is, I think, a good push. And we can still sell some energy. So I'm definitely going to look at one of these. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, it's a bit of a weird one, but it's the extensive geological survey. So I'm going to do the, I think, the small initial global energy cell, because I want to keep at least a margin of energy left. If I go for the big one, I'm going to find I sell quite a lot. But at the same time, actually, how much authority does it This one doesn't. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this one. I've got my 2 budget, and then with that 2 budget, the extensive geological survey. It only takes 1 turn. It pleases pretty much everyone, and we might find if I'm more gold, if I'm more oil, which means I can get some more investments down. So sign this one. That is all my budget spent on it. Perfect. What is interesting though, guys, is the main campaign, all the investment projects and all of that is just done on events. So you don't know when those events are going to come. They just happen as part of the events. But this one, they're all the way in this little royal decree panel. So you can actually like save up for things or plan for things. So I quite like that. That's really, really good. Hello again, guys. So it's Hazonic from the future here. It's been about 4 days since I last played Suzerain, Kingdom of Rizia. I know it's a weird cut in the video, but I've been playing the main story and I've been very ill. So I didn't want to do too much YouTube. You probably heard my voice previously getting a bit croaky or whatever. Anyway, because I've been playing the main story, my autosave did get run over, but we haven't lost too much. We're literally at the start of turn 2 anyway. All it's meant though, and a bit cheeky, no, I literally didn't mean to intend this, but I'm quite glad it has happened actually, is that the decrees I had spent, just that you've probably previously literally just been watching, have now been reverted. So I'm back to the start of turn 2, where I haven't got any decrees spent yet. Sorry, turn 1's decrees have been spent, but turn 2's, where I got some of the equipment factories, haven't. So I've been reading the comments since then, and also I've been having a think. So I've been a complete nerd, guys. I've got my whiteboard out, my little whiteboard pen, and I've gone through the prices of everything I wanted to do to get the most efficient decrees. So I'm going to read them out to you, and we're going to go through them one by one. So I had a look, and there might be some controversy. I might get some hate in the comments. Oh my gosh, hate in the comments. But my plan is to generate a lot of money by selling the first batches of military equipment. So that is military equipment, support vehicles, and my only tanks. Because also, we haven't done our training yet for the turn. So I haven't used up my 25 tanks. So while this is obviously very silly in the sense that, you know, I'm planning to go to war, that is my intention. So why the hell would I want to sell my equipment? Well, a few reasons actually. Number one, selling the equipment doesn't cost any authority. So it's not going to harm me getting any more decrees down. I'm going to count this all into my plan on my whiteboard. So yes, 500 military equipment, 25 tanks, and then 75 support vehicles. So the support vehicles and military equipment is fine. We've got plenty of that. I'm happy to sell that. Tanks though, to lose 1 tank, company or division, whatever, armored division, yeah, is a shame, but the money it generates will generate from that without losing any authority, apart from the 1 authority from the tank. We generate 3 from the tanks, 2 from the support vehicles, and then 2 from the military equipment. That is 7 budgets with only 1 authority loss. And also, guys, my thought is, because that I can then put that money into getting the military equipment factory, the support vehicle factory, and then later down the line, the tank factory, I'm going to be getting that back anyway. And in the long run, the budget that I'm getting from this to get more money, get more energy, I think is far, far, far more useful. And I haven't done any cheating. I don't know what happens in the story. I haven't done any research. But my thought is we're not going to go to war next turn. I highly doubt we'll go to war next turn. Maybe even the turn after that, which means that I have a few turns, 2 to 3 turns maybe, to try and boot up a stock of military equipment. So I think getting the budget in now is useful. So that is the first thing on my list. So let's do that, guys. Let's do the raw decrees. Let me get the, where is it in trade here? So sell first batch of military equipment. Again, I haven't been paying attention to who it upsets, because actually I don't really care at the moment. I'm sure later down the line, if I've upset people too much, they will come and like have a coup or overthrow me, but that's all part of the fun. I just want to do what I think is doing the absolute best for the playthrough / the country. So also, now we've done that, we've got sell second batch. So selling the second batch, you still get 2 budget, so you don't lose any money, and it's all the same amount, 500, but you now get the authority. So it's penalising you a little bit more, but that 1 authority is not a problem. So, do you know what, guys? I actually changed up my plan because we can do it straight away. Looking at my plan, I've done all the maths. I will have 2 authority left with 0 budget, according to everything I'm about to go through. But if I sell another batch, I can then get the support vehicle factory, which wasn't a part of my plan. Let's do that. Anyway, that's number 1. Let me take that off my whiteboard. Number 2 was to sell the support vehicles. So let's sell the support vehicles again. Boom, very nice, very nice. Number 3 was the tanks, which is one I am a little more concerned about because again, we are losing that tank unit, but the 3 budget is just so delicious. Delicious. So that's those 2 done. My next one was instead of going for a small energy cell like I did last time, going for a medium. The reasoning is because I don't actually think we're going to have too much worry about our energy. We're already getting some in per turn, +2, and I'll be left with 1 energy, which is enough maybe to deal with like an event that might pop up. Also, going into the next point, our energy is going to be getting a little better, guys. So I'm not too worried about being quite low. So medium, initial... Oh. Wait, what? How is global energy demand fulfilled? But then I can do a large sale. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm also now... That wasn't like that when I was looking earlier. So maybe selling the equipment has upset things. Okay, that's thrown my plan off a little bit. But the 2 energy we're going to get from that, so the 2 budget, I can then just sell the second batch of military equipment. But anyway, that's a bit annoying. We'll have to think of something different for that. But anyway, so that is the tanks, support vehicles, and military equipment done. Now, next my plan was the port, which I already obviously did last turn. Last save. I think it's a very, very good. Because what I've also been looking into from these decrees, selling ships and submarines. 2 submarines, 5 budget is huge. Selling 2 ships, 4 budgets, you get 9 budget. And if you look, getting the port, you get 1 ship and submarine just on its completion. And then after that, you get 1 per turn. So I think we already have 1 ship. And yeah, we have 1 ship already. So we can get 4 budget straight away. And then submarine... I'm not sure I'll sell the submarines actually, because I might want to actually make a submarine unit. But we still have a choice. You want some extra budget to get 5. So that's a really, really good one. So yeah, Monkey's Port, beautiful stuff. That is using up 1 energy. But again, I'm not too worried about that because next on my list is the dam. I've been reading some comments, people saying the dam is very, very good. And actually, with how much energy we're using up, with all our military equipment factories and the ports and other things, I'll probably build it down the line. The dam's really good, and it really comes in clutch. If you, the quicker you build it, because that 3 energy is huge. So, hydroelectric dam, and also, guys, doesn't upset anyone, and anticipated to benefit from localized employment and regional development. House Hazon. So, you might get a little bonus where the economy boosts with it. And it also takes 4 turns. So I want to get that one done quick. So, damn, that is a big one. That leaves us with 2 budget, which is part of my plan. Again, that's part of the maths I've done. So 2 budget left with some authority. And sadly, we can do the energy cell. So the last thing I had on my list, assuming we'd done the energy cell, was to build the military equipment factory, which is just so good. Getting 250 military equipment per turn, it really pleases people. I think it's a brilliant one. So let's sign that. So now we've got no budget, and we have 3 authority left, and the 5 energy. Is that energy still the same? No, there we go, it's fixed. I don't know what that's about. I think it's maybe because I had too much money. I'm not sure. But medium second global energy sale, bosh. What do we do, 5? Oh, no, let's do medium. Medium, so I've got my 2 budget in, and I've got 2 authority. So... this is where I hadn't actually planned. I obviously hadn't done my maths correctly because now I've got 2 extra budget, more than I thought. I can't do anything with taxes. If you remember last time, I actually raised the landowner's tax to get some budget, but we don't have the authority for that. But I still have 2 authority. So I can build a support vehicle factory. Oh, no, that needs 2 authority. And what I wanted to do, obviously, was sell the second batch of military equipment, which is up on authority. Okay, so I can't do that. I can found the Romus Taurus University, which gives me a little bit of military equipment. Only 250. It's not a great. It's not a great thing. But what I'm thinking is it gives you the 250. And again, I just keep looking at these. I'm sure, just like in the original Suzerain for Swordland, you do actually get like economic benefits. If by building up, for example, the university, it might give you better welfare. So I'm sure it does do that. But yeah, we have the option to sell the second batch of military equipment. I'm not going to do that just yet. looking... Oh, we can also do the small initial global energy sale as well on top of the medium. I'm going to do that one, guys. I'm going to do that one indeed, actually, because yes, we're using up our 1 energy there. But I really want that money. I want that money. Oh, I want that money. So we've got 2 authority, 3 budget. I haven't actually fully looked into a lot of these other ones. So we obviously have the ability here to get more manpower by increasing conscription. Raise bonus income tax. Ooh, I could do that. That's going to also get us more budget in per turn. The only problem with that, though, is I think I've done it a bit too late. Because it is turn 2, so I haven't missed off too much. That's one to think about, because that extra budget per turn is going to massively help. But why not just go again for the extensive geological survey, the one I did previously? I think that's a great one. Oh, but then saying that, if I want to do this raise basic income tax... Ooh... But again, the basic income tax, I don't think I want to do, because again, you see this thing about casting shadow on public opinion. You get the fact that it might send me into not a recession, but really stagnate the economy. Is it worth it when I'm actually generating quite a lot of money from energy sales, selling equipment? I don't actually think it is. And I want this extensive survey done so we can get whatever resources it finds up and running sooner. So yeah, the final decree, guys, spending my last of my authority and the last of my budget on the survey. That is beautiful. So that is all done now, guys. We spent pretty much all our resources, but I'm feeling with this playthrough, it's all about not min-maxing it, but really trying to get those investments in quickly, because I don't know how many turns there are, but I'm assuming there's not too many. So I want that equipment coming in fast. I want energy coming in fast. So if we're just sitting on lots and lots of money, I don't think it's too useful. Yeah, so with that done, how much equipment have we got left? We've got not enough support vehicles to do any support infantry, but we can just get some bare bones infantry. Spend the last of our support vehicles, get 5 infantry in training. We then also need weapons and manpower for our ships. So I'm thinking we want to get some military ships and stuff like that. So I will save some manpower for now, save some equipment for now as well. We're going to get just 4 infantry trained up. Oh, I do want those tanks and those support vehicles, but 75 support vehicles per turn, which obviously we're not getting yet. We don't have the support vehicle factory made, but once we do get that, that should be good enough. But yeah, 4 infantry in training. Let's get them trained up. Boom, guys. So, looking at the overview of the economy section, mining surveys is up. Reading the news, kingdom surveys its lands. Energy exports to increase minimally. Much needed boost for boost announced for arms industry. Perfect. Brennus to harness the power of water. Hydroelectric dam starts construction. Oh, it's delicious. And the Monkeys port expansion ordered. So that is all the decrees we've ordered. We've now got our 2 missions. We've got the Port Drazon foreign relations, and then we've got Nelvisar's oil field closure. That's a shame. But yeah, guys, that is going to be for the next episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching this one. I'm absolutely loving recording this series. I'm also loving the feedback I'm getting from you guys. It's so brilliant to have you guys actively commenting down below, liking the video. I'm really appreciative of that. That's really kind. So keep it up. Give me your feedback. Let me know whether you think I'm doing good, or you think I'm doing bad. Don't spoil anything for me, but if you want to give me tips about spoiling it, I'll happily take them. But yes, guys, I'm going to get on with recording episode 4 now. But this is the end of episode 3. So please do leave a like, and please do make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Suzerain. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra, guys.